Some people say that email is dead, but actually, email is alive and kicking. In fact, the fact that email is so popular is actually not as surprising as you might think, but we can talk about that another time if you want. Just drop a comment letting me know, because today is all about how to customize your email interface to make it look beautiful and to make your email easier to use, since you do still need to use it. Before we get started, allow me to introduce myself for anyone who doesn't already know me. Hi, my name is Hava Schultz. I am the host of this YouTube channel, a place where I provide inspiration and information on how to create a life you love living every single day. Although I love communicating with people, I personally don't love to spend loads of time on email, because email is usually just a bridge for an opportunity of some kind, and that's what I get excited about. And that opportunity can span anything from meeting someone or arranging a phone call to just reading a cool article that someone sends you. That's not to say I don't like networking via email. I do, but the point I'm trying to make here is that email is not the highlight of my life, and it's probably not the highlight of yours either. So let's make it a little bit more of an enjoyable chore by customizing it. Think about it like doing laundry in a chaotic location versus peacefully folding laundry to the music of your choice. You're taking care of your clothes either way, but one is inarguably a higher quality experience than the other. For an extension of this random laundry analogy and some additional resources on how to improve your email account, stick around to the end of the video and I'll hit you up with lots more. By the way, if you actually want to do laundry together, go ahead and click this video here for a chit chat about money while folding clothes. Anyway, I have a Gmail account, so that's the platform I'll be using to model the customizations I show you today. But if you have a different email provider, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure they have similar features. Start by opening up your email account and clicking the settings icon in the upper right hand corner. Then click See All Settings, which will take you to the general page within settings, and this is a great place to start. One setting to pay attention to is maximum page size. I actually like the default of 50 conversations per page, but you can always adjust this to be a higher or lower number depending if you want to see more or fewer conversations on each page. There's also the undo send time, and I upped mine to 10 seconds because 5 seconds is pretty short, but I didn't want to up it all the way to 30 seconds because, first of all, I've only used this feature once or maybe twice, and the way the feature works is that however long of a period you give yourself for the undo time is how long your email provider actually delays sending the email. So by my adjusting it to 10 seconds, when I click send on an email, Gmail won't actually send that email until 10 seconds later. Another thing is I continued to enable hover action, which allows me to quickly mark something as read or unread, trash it, etc. And although I've actually had this feature enabled for a while, I want to start getting in the habit of actually using it because I think in a lot of situations it can be a mega time saver. For grammar, spelling, autocorrect, and smart compose, I left these settings on because I really don't see how these can be anything but a benefit. Scrolling on down to nudges, I turned them off because if I still need to reply or follow up on an email, I'll actually mark it as unread so it continues to sort of draw my attention whenever I open my email address. But if it does get pushed down further just because it's an older email, I honestly will probably remember, and even if I don't, I'll write something really important down in my planner physically so that I'll remember to do that. I've never had a nudge sent to me by Gmail that was actually helpful for me, so it ends up just being a little bit of a time waster of having to deal with the nudge. Continuing further down, I was excited to change my picture. If you don't have anything in there at all, make sure you put something in there so that when you're emailing with people who don't really know you, it kind of gives them a reassurance that it's you, especially if you're going to use this for any kind of professional communication. I just needed to update it to something that fits my vibe better, and voila! Another personalization is your signature. I'd recommend putting your name in there at a minimum, whether you use this for a professional purpose or not, because it just makes sure that your emails are always signed. But if you are going to use this for a professional purpose, I would recommend amping it up a little bit. In fact, I bolded my name, used a different font and a different color just to make it really obvious that this is a signature, because at some point when you're communicating with people, you don't sign your full name anymore because it's just too formal when you're trying to build real relationships. So this just makes it obvious that, hey, this is a signature, so my name is on every email, but we're just corresponding and that's fine. Also, something I'd recommend is potentially putting the job title that you want to be known by, such as video producer or show host, and then including any important links for other types of communication, or in my case, I have both my Instagram and my YouTube channel linked because they serve as both another medium of communication and interaction, as well as a portfolio to showcase what kind of work I can do. When you get to the bottom of the page, make sure you save your changes so that all these different adjustments things are in fact implemented. Looking back at the categories and settings, I strongly recommend labels and filters, but I covered that in a video all about how to organize your email, so you can go ahead and watch that after this one. With that in mind, we'll move on to the inbox tab and scroll down to reading pane. My favorite is the no split, which is actually Gmail's default because there's just less going on the screen, so it's easier for me to look at. But there are really benefits to the other types of layouts, so look at them and decide which one is your favorite, and that's what I would recommend having kept on most of the time. But I do want you to know that this is one of those things that is really easy to change on the fly, as I'll show you right here. So if you want to switch it when you're doing something specific, like for me, if I have a bunch of emails to go through, doing the split pane on the side is really nice because I can go and it's really easy. Definitely make your choice, but recognize this one's an easy one to change quickly. The account and import tab has some really awesome and I would say advanced features. I'm not personally gonna use them just because it doesn't entirely make sense for the way I operate my email accounts, but it's really cool. So if you operate multiple email accounts, it's worth at least exploring to see if it would be a good fit for you. Like I said before, if you wanna learn about how to create and apply filters, you can just go ahead and watch my video on how to organize your email account. This can save you loads of time and mental energy, so just click the video in the description at the end of this video if you want to see that. Now for a really fun change, let's go back to the main screen by clicking inbox. Then click the settings icon, but this time do not click the button that says see all settings. Instead, scroll down to where it says view all next to the word themes. There are tons of colors, photos, and you can even use your own photo if you want to. I personally want my email interface to have neutral color or colors so that it doesn't sway my mood too much when I'm working on email. So I actually like the default color scheme and the soft gray because again, they're nice and neutral and don't really change much as far as how I'm feeling. But I do like colors, so this time I settled on spearmint, which is just bright and uplifting, but nothing too strong. Now, before I give you the rest of the random laundry analogy from the beginning of this video, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you want more daily inspiration, go ahead and find me on Instagram at Hava Schultz, where I post stories almost every single day, and send me a DM letting me know that you came from this video. Continuing with the laundry analogy, what I mentioned earlier was the environment where you do your laundry, which was the analogy for this video. However, if you mix your whites and your colors, you're probably not gonna have a good experience no matter where you're doing it because your whites are gonna come out stained by the colors. What I'm getting at here is before you worry about where you're doing your laundry, you wanna make sure you sort the laundry itself, just like you wanna make sure you organize your emails before you spend too much time worrying about these aesthetic settings all around it. If you're doing this in the reverse order of what I'm suggesting, do not worry, it's not a big deal. I have a comprehensive video all about how to create labels, filters, and all things related to the organization you need to create a tip-top shape email, and that link is in the description below. You also don't want to bother washing clothes that are so worn out that you can't use them again, like a raggedy t-shirt. So you want to get rid of the clothes that you don't want before you do your laundry. For a video with lots of insightful tips on how to declutter your email, go ahead and click this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!